Hello, guys. Hey, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for clicking in. Thank you for checking out this video, for watching this video. Are you not just the best like this? At least for clicking on this video to watch, it means you are a very, very special person, and you're so welcome to this food. You're welcome in the name of the Lord. I know I'm probably talking to one or two subscribers because it's a new channel, but I'm glad that I've started anyways, and I am also glad because the progress I started on this channel. So we are going from glory to glory. Hallelujah. We are going from grace to grace. And then the ministry is moving to the permanent side. So please, if you are watching this video and you have not subscribed already, what are you waiting for? It doesn't take so much now. Should I come and be learning for you? I should come and be learning. Say me, I should come and learn for you. Or you click on that subscribe button. It doesn't take anything, it's just a click. And you'll be glad you did, okay? Okay, so without further ado, without so much merry-go-rounding, without so much of talk like a pororo, let's get right into today's video. Yes, what do I have today, Seth? It's about assumption. There's always a saying that assumption is the lowest level of knowledge and highest level of ignorance. Oh deep. Well, I did not understand that word until I experienced what assumption is, or whatever, what the repercussion, how it happens, everything about assumption. Yeah, I really do not have a better understand. That's why they say that when you have not experienced something, you don't really know how it feels, or you can't really tell how much of a pain that thing is, or how how sweet it is. So you need to be. That's why they say you're not in my shoes, you won't understand. Yes, that's true. If you're not somewhere, you can't understand what it is like there. Yes. So my experience about assumption, I've heard it. I know I must have even say this or said it. Jesus. I claim it. Apologies for those that are offended by my English. We'll keep a profile. Okay, so I know I must have maybe cited that kind of statement that assumption is the lowest level of knowledge and all of that in some situation. But in my case, it happens thus. Dun-dun-dun-dun. African magic. I don't watch African magic. All right, so in my class, there used to be this lady. We clicked very well when we met. Yes, she's very homely, very, very accommodating, and so friendly, I must say. She's very friendly, and we clicked very well. Let me add that when we first got here, our experience about our Nigerian brothers and sisters is not good. I don't know if every other person feels the same, but that's exactly my own experience with my fellow Nigerian, my Nigerian fellow people. Come on, you see Nigerians, not even only Nigeria, we have different tribes in Nigeria. It's possible that in this tribe, maybe they don't, maybe when they see somebody that is of another tribe, which is not even, that does not happen. But let's just give it benefit of doubt that, okay, when you see some Nigerians are not from your tribe, you tend to not be fast in talking to them, Yeah, some people are that principled. But what happened to Nigeria that you speak the same language? And you are in a land where you don't have the luxury of meeting a lot of people from your tribe, from your country, from the race you are from. And once in a while, you jam each other on the road, and then once in a while that you jam each other on the road, and you won't greet, you won't even behave as if you see the person, you just want to walk past. And then the other person, maybe being the good girl or good man that he or she is, calls you back and called you, or greeted you, and you're like, hi, huh? As how the person wants to just be happy, wants to, the feeling of, oh, Nigeria, just joyous. Yoruba will say, shoya ya mo, and then the way you just respond to that kind of oyaya greeting is hi. What you even look at the person like, "Ah, what are you doing? What? Oh God. Well, I experienced that. It wasn't a pleasant one, so I'll just leave it. That's not why we are here. So when the lady came in, we understand. I think we both had the same experience in different occasions, on different occasions. And when we got in, we discussed about it, like, no, it's not good. Why would Nigerian see a fellow Nigerian person, and then you just want to walk past, or the person will even greet you and you will not answer, or if you want to answer, you just answer as if you are being forced to. We clicked very well. We're doing fine. We do assignment together. We started looking for our job, 20 hours per week job. Yeah, so if I see any job post, I send to her. If she sees any, she sends to me. We do that together. Not only jobs, for every other thing that we needed to do. We know we don't have so many people. We don't have our families or friends here that we know. So we look out for ourselves. That's just the bottom line. We look out for ourselves. So now you got to a time, at some points, I was distracted. I had something going on. I'm going to be talking about that later in another video. I had something going on, so I wasn't 100% concentrated. Okay, let's continue. So I wasn't 100% concentrating, right? I think that sounds better. I don't even know if that one was correct or not, but concentrated sounds better. Let's use it that way. Thanks and God bless. So I wasn't concentrating. Yeah, she looked out for me when I was not around. True, true. And along the line, there was something that we were looking for. That's placement. We were looking for placement too. And I wasn't really around 100%. So the day I got to class, I just asked her, babe, how far have you gotten placement? She responded like, yes, so now only you remain we never get placement. Oh. My head was like, gang, 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 wow. So like, now me, they the back of the front of the class. Jesus. First off, I was disappointed. Why? Because I felt, but we do everything together. I even updated this babe about what's going on with me. Like, she knows practically everything going on with me. And despite the fact that I have a lot going on, I still try as much as possible to update her on any information that I get that's going to be beneficial to the both of us. Even before I try it, or before I apply for anything, I send it to the group. We created a group chat and all of that. So why would she? Okay, no, the getting the placement is not even the problem. That's what we prayed for. That's what we wanted. Okay, but and I know that prior to that time, we had a class where where the lecturer that was taking us that course asked that who are those people that still need placement. I didn't, everybody that needed placement, we raised our hands up. And I looked back just the way we used to do, we look out for ourselves. I looked back and I saw that she wasn't raising her hands. She wasn't even looking like she cares. So, I just like give her the face like, madam, come on, you still need placement. And like, does he want to give us placement? In my head, I'm like, what's that? Lecturer asks you, have you gotten placement? If he does not have placement to give, or if he does not have any information about where we can get placement easily, he wouldn't be asking that question. Just raise up your hand, Jerry. I think she did. I don't even remember, but after giving her that face, like, come on, I faced front. And fast forward to the class that she said I was the only one remaining that had not gotten placement. I felt disappointed. What is the basis of my disappointment is that we do everything. The way we started was we are going to look out for ourselves. We don't have family or friends here, so whatever we see that's going to be beneficial to the both of us, we should say it out and all of that. Then I started hearing that, oh yes, I've gotten. So to me it feels like, oh, so The day I was even telling you to raise up your hand so you can get a placement, and you asking me if somebody wants to, it means you already had a placement. Then you were just playing games, or you just do not want to say it. And then today I had to even force it out of your mouth. You reluctantly answer that, and now only you remain. Oh, I was disappointed, really. In fact, my mood just went from 100 to 0 at that point. Maybe I just felt a little betrayed. I don't know if that is the word to use, but I felt a little bit, is it betrayed? Disappointed. Let me just cap it with that. Disappointed. Then when I got home, I told my husband that this is what happened. My husband knows about my friends. I tell him everything that happened. So when I got home, I told him about what happened. I see what this babe did. My husband was like, just, it's one of those things that happen now. It's nothing. But there is nothing. It did not work. Oh. I was still thinking about it. Like, it got a better part of me for that whole day, and it got me thinking, ah, God, I am far behind. You know, things. My colleagues has done way ahead because I was not concentrating at the time. Thankfully, that thing got resolved that week. Thankfully, what I was dealing with got resolved that week, so I was able to concentrate. So the following week we got to class. I didn't talk to her. The next class we had, not like I didn't talk. I did talk to her, but I wasn't giving her the vibes that I used to give. That's what it is. I will not stop talking to somebody because I feel betrayed by you. I might not just give you the same energy that I have. Well, that's because of how I feel. I generally am not the type that hides my feeling. I used to try. I learned about diplomacy, trying to diplomatically do stuff, but I don't know how to do it. I'm really a very blunt and clear person. Like, you can tell what I am feeling by my own expression, my action. It's so easy for you to be able to tell that she's angry or she's not. I try as much as possible sometimes to hide my feelings so I won't look bad, but baby girl cannot do it. I can't. I can't. I can't. The diplomacy is what I think that's a course that I need to take on its own because I cannot. I'm just that blunt, that clear. Like, you can read me A to Z. Yeah, you can read me. You can read the way I feel about certain things. So back to the gist. I wasn't giving her the vibe that I used to give her. I am a happy child. I am a happy girl. Yeah. So she tried talking to me at the end of the class. I was responding. Mind you, I was responding to her. I didn't totally go off. I was not just very happy with her, and I didn't hide it. So at the end of the class, she noticed my attitude. So at the end of the class, she was like, babe, what's up? I said, nothing. She was like, you're not, what's going on? You just, it looks like you want to be on your own. You're acting weird. And I'm like, have I not been talking to you since morning? You've been asking me questions and I've been answering you. Uh, Nothing is wrong. It was like, I know at that point if she felt embarrassed that I used that word. Have I not been talking to you since morning? So what else do you want, I know she felt embarrassed. She just allowed it, like, okay, no problem. I greeted my other colleagues and then I left the class. So before the following class, we used to have class like is it 2 days or one day now? All right, not the following day, like 2 days after we had another class. And um, I think I'd made a resolutions that there's no need for me to start acting out, really. It's just one of those things. Thank God she has a placement. It's that thing that I've been praying for. As much as I pray for myself for a certain thing that I know that we are in need of, I pray for people around me, people that I call my friends too. So I just had a resolutions that let it slide. I've had, it's a blessing. Although the reason why she's keeping it is unknown to me. And then I finally resolved that maybe she has a reason, a very, very good, intangible reason for doing that. So I just allowed it to slide. Allowed it to slide, and the next day I went to class. I started acting normal. Like, normal. My home placement was going to come regardless. So after the class, I think we had another class, and we needed to do a practical work together. So the group practical exercise. So as we were doing it, we got talking. It looks like we picked up from where we left it. Yeah, so the vibe was there, the energy was there. We just started flowing like nobody had any issues with anybody. Like it was just pure, pure conversations from pure heart or pure mind. Okay. So while we were having the conversation, she just mentioned something like she was talking to another person like we need to start working from one office to another, telling them we need placements. I was even typing something on my system. I heard that, but it clicked, right? But it didn't really make sense to me. So I didn't really put attention to it. Then she mentioned that is like that is what other people do to get their placement. So we need to start moving from one place to another so that we can get our placement as soon as possible. So I think at that point I just had to ask, babe, how far you said you've gotten a placement? She said, which placement? Is it the one that I'm just whining you that you're the only one remaining? I was just pulling your legs. I've not gotten a placement. And at that point, I felt bad. Before, I felt disappointed, but this time I felt bad. The reason why I felt bad was because I didn't. I was first off, I was not fighting because that I won't call that fight. First off, I was not acting too good to her because I felt she had gotten a placement. I assumed she had gotten a placement and then she left me out. Second of all, I did not call her to confirm. Right, I was angry. We were good. We were doing fine. And then she said that, and I feel bad about it. And when I got home and I was still pondering over it and it was hitting me, I could not pick my phone to confirm babe, or to even say, babe, now what for you? Eh? This everything we've been they do them together. So you reach placement now, you don't push me for side. I don't mean anything to you again, because that was exactly how what I felt. I was supposed to put a call to just confirm, even if I want to confront her or fight her, at least just to confirm that that was there and then express myself. That would have healed me for the first time and then would not have made me to act the way I acted. I know if she has gotten a placement, she would have apologized or give her reasons for doing that. But I did not. So I felt really bad. I didn't even know what to say at the time. I'm like, oh, okay. I knew what I did. So it was a case of me now uh correcting myself, me now feeling bad for acting an abnormal way to a fellow person without confirmation. So now what lesson did I learn from there? I learned that assumption is very bad. It's actually the lowest level of knowledge. I didn't have a knowledge of what she was going through. I didn't have a knowledge of why she did what she did. I just assumed that she sidelined me, or she just put me on the side because it has gotten to placements and then credit and all of that, and I am no more important, you know. I did not confirm. So the lesson I learned is assumption is actually bad. And over time, I found out that assumption is actually a killer of suit good relationship. In not only in friendship, I know a lot of friendships that has crashed because one person feels or assumes that the other person did something that was actually not done. What happened? The other party did not confirm, did not call to confirm, did not confront the other person and say, why did you do this? And then give the second party to explain why. Sometimes we do some things. It might actually not feel good to the other person, but if you didn't feel good about what your friend did to you, the best thing to do is to call the person. Call this your friend and ask questions. Why did you do this? Or why would you even act this way? It's so express yourself. Let go. That's one of the ways we can let go of whatever thing that is building up in our mind. Satan is cunning. Satan wants to bring in some thoughts, and our mind is very powerful. It's a very powerful tool that affects everything that we do. And the day that I was really angry, I told you, the day I was disappointed, I felt down. I could not do anything when I got home. I was just angry with myself, with that, oh, if I had concentrated, or if this thing that I was going through at the time did not go through, I would probably have gotten a placement and all of that. So I was angry with myself. I was angry with her. I could not do a lot of things. I just got home and I became, that day was just nothing. I just sat down. I was not happy with myself. So that is what Satan would do. Satan would always want to ride us of our joy. Satan would always want to ride us of the peace that we are supposed to have, by bringing up so many thoughts, making us to assume things that do not happen. So how do we overcome this assumption? How do we overcome this? Is by asking questions. Communication is key. It's not only boyfriend and girlfriend relationship that you should communicate. It's not only husband and wife that should communicate. Friends should communicate their feelings. This is what I feel about you. This is your action. This is what I feel about it. Your disposition. This is what I feel about it, and I don't like it. Or why did you do this thing? That would have solved a lot of issues. So many beautiful friendship has crashed, has hit the rock, because both parties are not asking questions, both parties are not communicating and ironing things out and explaining their reason. One party is not giving room for the other party to explain his or herself. So they just assume this thing has happened, and then everybody just locked up. You know, everybody's facing fronts. We are not talking to each other again. The friendship, the love just it goes cold. It is not okay. Also in relationship, communication is key. So do not let assumption ride you of the joy that you should enjoy in your friendship. Do not let assumption take away the peace that you should have as a person. That is what God has given unto us. He has given us peace like river. But something can steal the peace of assumption. One of it is assumption. When you assume something, it makes you feel bitter about yourself. It makes you feel bitter about the other person. And that is actually, on all of those things are not real. They are not true. They are what you believe. Even though it happens, at least confirm first. Be sure that this thing you are angry about has actually happened. And then express your feeling. When you say things out, it makes your heart lighter. The heaviness will drop. The burden will just, it will flow out, and you feel free. So do not let assumption ride you of joy. Do not let assumption steal your friendship away from you. It is very important. Communicate immediately you feel, or you are thinking something is not right. Communicate, talk about it, let it go. And if what you assumed is actually true, then express yourself, like I've said earlier, and let it go. Let joy flow back. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have learned one or two from my own lesson or from my own experience. Do not assume. It steals joy. Okay, our joy will not be stolen in the name of Jesus. I hope you love this video. If you do, please give this video a thumbs up. It's very important. We are just starting, and you want this YouTube channel to grow faster. We might not be there. We might not be where you want us to be. Like, we might not. I might not have. Obviously, I'm just starting. Like, this is like my second video on this channel, so might not really come out like the major YouTubers have. This fantastic views, fantastic lightning, everything is just popping. It might not be like that, but surely we'll get there. So if there is any observation, any addition, subtraction, your own experience about assumption, please feel free to drop it. If you want to remain anonymous about a certain topic, please reach out to me on via my email. I'm going to drop my email in the description box. I hope to see you next time. Please do not forget to subscribe, like, and share, and give this video a thumbs up. Love you. See you next time. Bye. Bye. Peace.